I know that my pain will be gone when I'm gone. Spirit away to the great beyond. I'm coming home, going alone, knowing my words will continue to live on. Freedom, go on ahead, keep singing along. A song that's been sung, only now it's done from different lungs.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is the Console Hero here. This is going to be my review of the Tom Clancy's The Division. This is a first impressions video. I've been playing since Tuesday when it came out, and it's now Friday, so this is 4 days worth of playing. I haven't played every day to the fullest, but as you can see, I'm level 10 already, and I've gotten some gear. So let's get into it. First thing I want to say is The Division is a pretty game. Like, it is beautiful. A lot of people are a little butthurt because it didn't live up to the, not necessarily the hype, but a lot of people had higher expectations because they believed that the graphical quality that the trailers presented was going to be the graphical quality that you see in game. And, you know, while it's close, it's not the same. You don't have, you know, the dynamic lighting or the realistic reflections, although they are still there and they are still pretty realistic, just not as nice as what the trailer showed. There's also a few notable differences from the trailer that I wanted to touch up on. The first of which is the drone ability. I'm sure everybody remembers that in the trailer they show that if you're not directly playing, you can activate a drone and play it from a tablet or something like that to kind of help your teammates if you're not actively available in the game. Well, that didn't happen. For whatever reason, they've removed it, and I don't know if this is something that's going to be added later or if it's just something that was a little bit too ambitious for the company to take on. I'm not sure, but it would be a really cool thing, and it's actually part of the reason why I was hyped up for this game and wanted to buy it. Now here we are in the hub. This is a safe area, and there's multiple around the world, or around the map. It's a pretty huge map. I'll show you in a minute. But as you can see, each of these players is a real player. And the only time you'll be able to see them is if they're actively in your party or if you're in a safe area like this. And this is a safe house, but you also have the main base, which we'll see in a little bit. This is the matchmaking station right here, and you just hold down the square button and see, I got an invitation already.
Take a look at what I got for you.
I'm gonna deny it, I believe, just for the purpose of this.
I'll tell you where it came from.
But anyways, so this is the matchmaking station. You hold down square and then it'll match you up to anybody that's online. Now, in addition, people standing around can see you and then offer to join up with you. Here is a pretty cool thing. It's a restocking supply. So you don't have to worry about buying ammo or buying like your grenades again or buying your med kits again. In this game, every time you come to a safe house or random places around the map, if you find a restocking station, you can go ahead and just restock for free. It doesn't cost you anything. The safe houses have a few things, like all of them have a stash, and that's your shared inventory. Well, I shouldn't say shared. It's it's your stash. You just get to hold on to your inventory that you don't want in your active player inventory. It's like storage. And then this guy will give you all the side quests and missions on your map by talking to him, and it automatically updates your map. And then you go over here and this gives you more stuff. Now also in every safe house there's one vendor, at least one vendor, and they're all different. So
you won't find better
you go
anywhere.
in here and he offers these things. Now what you also notice up there in the upper left hand corner it says 23 hours, 10 minutes, and 57 seconds to restock. Okay, so just like Borderlands, it's got a timer in which you can, the shops will refresh their inventory. There's a lot of this game that's a lot like Borderlands. There's a few differences. The stats here are accuracy, reload speed, range, stability when you're looking at weapons. But they also have your damage, which they kind of break down into DPS. If you look over there on the left where it says the name of the weapon, like you've got the hunting M4A, you've got the, what does that say, Super 90 and Military Scar. Each of those has a certain DPS, and that's based on the rounds per minute over there on the right. That one has 275 rounds per minute, and then it's got 1137 damage, presumably for every shot. That's not necessarily the case, so it does its own math, and it's kind of hard to understand. But you can buy them with money. You look down in the lower right hand corner, there's the wallet that's got the money, and you have to be certain levels in order to use certain weapons. So pretty easy. Your main stats up above are your DPS, your health, and your skill power. Skill power affects the damage that your skills do, or the length or duration that your skills last for. Health is explanatory. Stamina is a little misleading. Stamina doesn't necessarily do anything for you because you can run indefinitely. But what that is, see, it says stamina 214. That's kind of like a predetermining factor. Some weapons, you can't equip them unless you have a certain stat. Let me see if I can find one that has that. Okay, look here. So this weapon, the Hunting M4A, has this perk attached to it, the Talented perk. Now what that does is killing a target with this weapon increases skill power for 3% for 5 seconds. Alright, that's pretty good. Well, not really, that actually sucks, but... So the requirements are 89 firearms power and 149 electronics power. That's directly related to your skills. I don't meet either of those requirements, it doesn't look like. Yeah, I don't meet either of those requirements, so I wouldn't be able to use that perk, although I would be able to use the weapon just fine, normally.
Until next time.
So let's get out of that. Oh,
What can I help you
also,
with?
you can sell the stuff in your inventory. I keep my inventory pretty lean, so I have nothing to
Oh
sell.
well. Have a good one.
I like the option to be able to pick up items in the field if need be. Alright, we're getting stocked. Let's go ahead and leave. Now, as soon as I leave out of here, I am no longer in an instance where I can interact with other... Yeah, as it said. I'm no longer in an instance where I can interact with other players. As you can see, it's a beautiful game. It's kind of... There's not a lot of weather effects going on right now, so it's a good clear day. This changes. There's a night and day cycle. There's a weather patterns over here. You know, you can see reflections in the water. So the reflections are there. They're just not dynamic. Like, as you can see, you can't necessarily make out the player in the reflections, but you can make out the shadow of him in there when he walks. Alright. All the vehicles are really cool looking. You know, everything looks real. Like, this is one of the most realistic video games I've ever played in my life, especially for those who like a more modern setting. Now, this does take place a little bit in the future. Oh, wait.
They come this way. I'm
You
taking
can kill
it
dogs, it doesn't do anything for you. You don't get an experience for that. You don't get drops or anything. Alright, so here is the map, and that's accessed by pressing the central pad on the PlayStation 4 controller. It's like you could see some of the taller buildings in 3D, which is pretty cool. and then you can actually go over the different districts. And if you look in the upper right hand corner, it shows like this is Chelsea district, this is Pennsylvania Plaza district, this is Hudson Yards district, and they each have level requirements. And it's not necessarily a requirement per se as it is a recommendation. So I could go all the way, to say Hell's Kitchen, which is level 10 through 13, or Clinton, or even the Dark Zone. We'll get into that later. Clinton, level 14 through 15. I can definitely go in there and make a beeline to that safe house if I wanted to and unlock it for fast travel. But the game doesn't recommend it because the enemies will be a little bit stronger. Now these are some of the missions in the game. Like this is Dante's Run, that's the name of the mission, and
don't do this! I'm not sick! I'm not... Ah, God! Ah!
I take that back, that's not a mission, that's a safe house. Let me find a mission. Alright. This is a mission. It's a virus research encounter. There's different types of missions, we'll call them, on the map. You've got encounters like this. You've got, let's see if we can find another one.
Somebody's out there.
I've done a lot of these in this area. You've got encounters like this, which is a defending one. You got to defend supply drops. This one, you just got to take out the enemies and then get a hold of the virus information, upload it to a satellite.
Shit, I think somebody's out there. You mean like help?
Let's see. What's a good one? These are your main story missions. And then if you notice, you can hold down the triangle button to replay the missions. Later you can actually change the difficulty of the missions. That's another safe house. This encounter is clear a hostile checkpoint. That's just straight killing enemies. This one, uplink repair, it's very similar to this one over here that we were just showing earlier. I forget where it was. The virus upload one is very similar to that one. This one is a hostage rescue, which really boils down to just killing the enemies. That's one of the main gripes I have about The Division, is that the missions that you do don't change up very much. The only ones that are really any different than any other are the uplink ones or the virus research ones. Virus research ones, you activate like this computer that sends up information about the virus in the air, and then you gotta interact with 3 of those within a time limit. Well, the uplink ones work similar, in which you have to make your way to the satellite, load up the relay, and then make your way to the switch and turn it on within a time limit. All the others result in just killing enemies. That's it. Even the hostage situation ones, you're not actually negotiating with any hostages. There's no sense of urgency with those. There's no timer. There's no, hey, if I screw around too long, are they going to kill the hostages? No, they're not. In fact, let's see if we can find a human or a NPC character to interact with. Because this is one of the most disappointing aspects.
Oh, shit.
A hunting rifle is indispensable in this game. I recommend walking around with a hunting rifle and an assault rifle, or a hunting rifle and a submachine gun. You get the DPS for close quarter situations with your assault rifles or submachine guns, and you get the stopping power from a assault rifle, or not assault, with like a hunting rifle. Alright, so they're dead. You just walk over the item to pick it up. If it's an item that you can equip, you gotta hover over it and hold down the square button. See if we can find a character to interact with. Alright, there's a guy down there. He's friendly.
Per favore, non farmi del male.
So you notice they get scared when you walk up next to them with a weapon. I haven't figured out a way to put away my weapon so these people aren't very afraid. But watch what happens when I shoot at them. Nothing. They get scared and they run. But it doesn't actually affect them. The bullets go right through them. You can't kill innocent civilians. That's probably a design choice. I don't like it. There's not a sense of survival in this game like there should be. You should be able to have the choice to kill innocent civilians and take their stuff if you want. Oh, that was really cool. So what that was is, in this game, they don't outright tell you this, but some enemies have bombs on them. If that's the case, or grenades, they'll have a little icon above their head that shows that they have a grenade. And if you shoot them in the right location where their grenade is, sometimes it's on their chest, sometimes it's on their back. If you shoot them, they will explode as long as you hit the grenade. There's also another enemy called a cleaner. And imagine he looks like a sanitation worker with a flamethrower on his back. It's a makeshift flamethrower. It looks more like someone's kind of got a scuba tank on their back and they're using the oxygen from that to ignite. Well, anyways, if you shoot that in the tank, it'll blow up, and it looks really cool because there's a little time delay with the where a flame comes out of where you shot, and then they start panicking, and then they blow up. So it's really cool. All right, let's send out the pulse. See if there's any other enemies. None. All right. Now, sometimes you come across a.
This is a joke. It's not funny.
NPC, and they'll be orange in color. It'll be a call out to them. In return, they'll give you an appearance item, which is like a vanity item. So notice it's gotten to be dark. There's a night and day cycle. Let's go into our appearance section. So go into inventory, hit R1 over until you get to appearance. Now this is really cool. You get to change the things that your character's wearing. Like, I can put on this funny hat, I can put on this beanie, I can put on, this hat, this normal hat. I think I have, yeah, I've got, okay, well anyways, different hats. And then pants, it's really a skin is what it is. But you can change the pants that you're wearing. It's pretty cool. Scarves, jackets. I can wear this nifty white one. Change my shoes. They're not as noticeable. Shirts, they're really under the jacket, so they're not as noticeable. So you can do that. And the cool thing is, these are shared amongst all the characters that you create. So when I first started, I got a few with my first character I was just playing with. And then this character I've gotten considerably more. Pouches, this is your different inventory stuff like that you can trade with characters or non-playable characters. You can also use these things. These are the things that you're actually trading. So there's a sense of you have to think about what you're doing ahead of time. Like, do you want to keep your energy bar or do you want to trade it for a new piece of gear? You can keep your soda or trade it for like a new piece of apparel. But they all do different things. So canned food increases your healing effects by 40%. Energy bar removes negative status effects. Water lets you deal more damage to elite enemies. Soda reduces skill cooldown. Incendiary bullets, they do fire damage, and explosive bullets obviously explode. This is your ammunition for your different weapon types. There's 6 weapon types in this game. You've got assault rifles, light machine guns, marksman rifles, pistols, shotguns, and submachine guns, similar to Borderlands. Keys, you've got lockpicks, and you've got dark zone keys. Dark zone keys, if you die, you don't get to keep your dark zone keys. Dark zone keys open up specific crates within the dark zone that are level specific. Lockpicks, you come across random locked doors. Med kits, that's your healing potions essentially. And this is your crafting resources. You've got 3 different crafting colors. You've got, well, I take that back. You've got 5 different crafting levels. You've got your normal, your green, your blue, your purple, and your gold. Gold is highest, purple is second highest, blue is third highest, green, and then white is the lowest. White is trash, pretty much. I try to only equip at least green. Blues are pretty much what I'm shooting for right now. I haven't come across any purples in the main game. However, I have come across purples in the dark zone. Unfortunately, I was not able to extract them. Alright. Character, this is kind of showing how well-rounded your character is. I'm heavy on health myself. I'm rank 8 in the dark zone. I pretty much suck in the dark zone, but it is hard. They're not kidding when they say, you know, there is no laws out there, and it is rough. If not the enemies, which are considerably stronger than the enemies you come across in the main game, then it's the players you really got to work for or watch out for, because when you go to extract, they will kill you and take your stuff. No questions asked. Here's my different stuff. Alright, that's the inventory screen. Here's the abilities. You've got your medical, tech, and security skill trees. And it's not necessarily in, you have to unlock this one, to unlock this one, to unlock this one, to unlock this one. You do, but it doesn't progress in that way. You don't get this one, then move on to this one, then move on to this one, then move on to this one. It doesn't work like that. In fact, you just choose 2 abilities. That's it. You get 2 abilities to use at any time. One is used with the L1 button, one is used with the R1 button. Eventually you get here, which is your signature skills, and they're more stronger skills that you use with L1 and R1. I don't have any equipped yet, or unlocked yet. Okay, then you have talents. Talents are passive abilities, basically, that work in conjunction with your skills. Also notice here, this, if you choose this skill, say I have this pulse skill, you can see the like the modifications on the right. I don't have any unlocked yet, but that further increases your skill. Your skills. This game doesn't have it where, you know, you get to a certain level and you unlock a new skill. It's not like that. You unlock skills by upgrading your main base. And each different thing you add to a different wing of your main base gives you a different skill. Same with talents. And same with perks. Now, perks are always active, and perks are awesome. You get them the same way you get all the skills and talents, but these are permanent, and you don't have to choose one. You can eventually have every perk. So I love perks. Important ones are like in this medical one, where you increase your medkit inventory by one slot. This one, you get fabrics, that's not important. Virus protection. There's certain areas in the game that are contaminated, and they usually have the better items and such. Well, the only way to get into them is if you have the corresponding level of virus protection. So if you ever come across a contaminated area that you don't have the proper protection to go into, just know that it's just around the corner. Just unlock a new wing of your medical area and you'll be fine. But probably the most important one I would say everyone start off with is this one, the security wing upgrade. This increases the experience that you get from every activity you do by 10%. There's another one that increases all your accolade inventory by 25%. Yeah, this one. I'm working towards getting this one too. So both of those are very good on your way to 30. 30 being maximum level in the main game. Alright, so that's skills. Let's go ahead and fast travel to the main building.
We confirmed phase 1 was a
This is your base of operation. So, I will fast travel. It takes a little while, so just bear with it. So, all in all, I'm enjoying it. It is a little repetitive doing the missions. It's pretty much just go to a waypoint, complete it, go to the next waypoint, complete it. These are intel items, your phone recordings and your echoes and your situation reports, stuff like that. These are like the collectibles of the game. You got to go around and find them, and then getting them unlocks rewards. So let's go into the intel area. This is from doing main story missions. Same with these. All these are from doing main story missions. Then field data, these are all the collectibles. So you notice in the location area, it shows all the different districts, Chelsea District, Pennsylvania Plaza, Hudson, all those, and how many intel items you've collected from that area. So it's really good at keeping track of that. But then when you choose one, you'll notice if I were to get all 24 of these, I would unlock the Meadow Jacket as a reward, as well as 300 experience. With this one, I would unlock the Shoreline Jacket with 300 experience. This one, Highland Jacket, Frost Jacket, Sierra Jacket, and Rose Jacket. Now, the only thing that would make this cooler is if it wasn't just jackets and it was various other pieces of gear, and if I could actually preview it to see what it looked like ahead of time. You can also go through and listen to all these different intel items or read about them. In the instance of these phone recordings,
What do you honestly
you
think
can
you'll
actually
achieve
play
with
it,
The lockdown is a necessary precaution to control the situation.
or you can read the dialogue here. So it's really cool. It's really detailed. They offer you a lot of stuff that helps you uncover the mystery about what happened with the virus, how it affected so many people, why they did it. That's probably the main thing. You already know what happened, really. It's now a matter of who did it and why they did it. So that's part of the plot of the game. I'm not going to spoil anything in this. This is more of a gameplay review than it is a story review, so we're not going to get into that. This manages your group options. This shows your map. This is Ubisoft News, feed, inventory, abilities. This takes you to Ubisoft Club, where you can get specific in-game items from the Ubisoft currency from completing different trophies in the game. Stories to buy, pay for items. There's not many, and settings, of course. All right, let's go into the main building. So right away, when you first walk in, you see the different wings that you've unlocked. You show how many supplies you have to unlock each specific wing. The minimum it takes to unlock an item within each wing is 200. So you'll notice my supplies is flashing over here, my supplies is flashing over here for medical and security. That means I have enough to upgrade each of these one time. I'm not going to do that because I'm actually saving for something that costs a little bit more. But this is a really quick overview of what everything looks like at a glance. Walking in here is a little slow. I don't necessarily like that, but I think what they're doing is they're using that as a buffer
but we can't let up
to
now.
load.
You'll be missing out.
What I don't believe is here is I don't believe that there are other players that you can see. I think this is instanced just to you. So you can't interact with other players here like you can in safe zones. but I believe there is a matchmaking computer over here somewhere. These are your vendors. You've got your weapons, your equipment, and your mods. Mods modify your weapons, not your gear. This is the medical wing. You can come over here and access the computer, and this is how you actually unlock your different upgrades for your medical wing. And each of these tells you what talents you get, what skills you get, what perks you get. So it's pretty cool. I'm actually saving up for the virus lab so that I can then get disaster aid, which opens up the ability to give you supplies. Alright. That's that wing. There's a lot in there. I'm not going to get into it because it's pretty big. Up here's the tech wing. This is where you unlock stuff with electronics. And down here
watch your back
is
out
the
there.
security wing, where you upgrade talents for security, which is like
Can't talk right now. Keep up the good work.
your attacks and survivability stuff. So let's access this. These have things like this skill gives you it basically reinforces your anything you're hiding behind. This one gives you a shooting range to play with. I thought that was gonna be able to increase your marksmanship, like increase your accuracy. It actually doesn't, so that one's pretty well useless. K9 unit is really cool. That shows you all the undiscovered intel in the map after you've completed all the side missions. This is invaluable. You need this. The next thing I want is probably the armory and then the barracks. Barracks is the one that increases the XP gain from accolades, but in order to get that, the prerequisite is this armory. All the others have no prerequisite. You can just get them whatever you want. Situation room is the one that increases all experience. You get that right off the bat. In each of the different wings, you always get the first one right off the bat whenever you finish the first security, medical, or tech mission. Alright, so this is the K9 unit. You can see there's a dog. You can't shoot anything in the safe zones. You can't even pull out your weapon.
Hey, don't walk away.
So you've got your vendors over here, like I said. Over here you have the crafting station. And this is awesome. So here's where you can actually pick up blueprints as you're going around doing side missions, and then you can create all these different items. You can also convert your materials to make higher level crafting materials. So like for the blues, you can use the green items you find to make blues. You can use the blue items you find to make golds. So let's just pick one at random. So say I wanted to make this covert SRS. This says the materials I need down at the bottom are 4 weapon parts and 2 tools. So I have enough to make this. I'm not high enough level to use it, so I probably won't make this.
Anyone with past military,
And I don't
weapons,
think
athletic, or emergency response training of any
much
nature
better than what I
is asked to
already have.
inquire at the security desk.
Yeah, it's actually only better in the range. It's definitely worse in the accuracy, so I probably wouldn't even make this. What I'm looking for now is a really awesome carbine, but I'll find it eventually. Well, that's a brief overview of The Division. I hope everyone enjoyed it. If you liked what you saw, please like. Please be sure to comment. I know everyone always says this on their YouTube accounts, but like, comment, subscribe if you really want to. I try to get out these videos as often as I can, and I really need to get better at doing that. So that's my that's what I need to do. That's my goal for everyone that watches. I plan on making a lot more videos, so I hope everyone enjoyed, and I'll see you later.